give her an ear. We're going to give her a face. Nose, mouth. Okay, I'm redrawing this to show you how I would change it. Okay, Danny and everybody? Okay, I tilted her neck. I'm going to tilt her shoulder now. I'm going to bring her arm out. Now, what's very important is her armhole, which I have to find. Now, Danny, you want this seam to be under her bust, you said?
Yes.
Like right here?
Right under.
Right. And you want, this is a bow, right?
Yeah, it's the shape of a bow, yeah.
Yes. This shape, okay, then this seam has to be below her nipple. Has to. You don't put a seam on a nipple.
No.
And I think this shape should be right at or under her armpit, like that. Okay, so do you see what I've just done? Okay, so you have, this is the seam with the gathers. This is your bow. This is this shape. You still have an armhole. Do you want it to be gathered into the knot?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Do you want to gather going into the knot?
No, because it's supposed to be like structured.
Oh, okay. So then if it's structured, I need to see a little bit of her bust coming out like that. Do you see what I just did? Okay. I'm going to probably use different, well, let me just color this in. Put it in my clean water. There's a different color, but I'm just going to do this. So now this is the shape. Now I'm going to put another little thing here, another thing here. So that's your shape, right? Okay. Do you want cleavage?
Yes.
You got it. Okay. Waist, hip. Let's tilt this leg. Okay, Danny. It's a lovely design.
Thank you.
Do you want any structure in here of seams or not?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You have how many layers? 4? 1, 2, 3? 3 layers?
There probably several shorter layers. It's just you can only see 3 because they're the darkest colors, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4,
There
5,
are 3
6.
visible, right?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Do you want this leg to come out? Do you want the knees to be in? What would you like the other leg to do?
Coming out and bent, maybe?
Like that?
Yeah.
All right. We know what this is. We know that this is her knee. How far above her knee and below her crotch is the bottom of this outfit?
It's fairly short.
This short?
Maybe
It can't be legally shorter, honey.
No, a little bit longer.
Because, you know, if it's really short and she sits, she's arrested.
It's true.
Especially if it's stiff fabric, like, boom! Okay, you have an A-line. Okay. Yeah, it's A-line. I think it should come out more on the high hip and less on the low hip, because she's sticking it out. Now, this is very important. Let's just have her hand do that. Okay, so this will be her thumb. Is this first layer at her crotch, above or below?
First layer is at her waistline.
Okay, you said so. Because as I'm just drawing it, it's looking different than yours, which is okay. So do you want it to be here?
Yeah.
Then it is. Now what I'm trying to show you is that once you establish the proportion of the body underneath, you see how I'm just doing it very simple? The proportion of the clothes will change. But do you see how I'm thinking this out? So actually, Danny, as I'm drawing it, the proportion may differ from this.
That's fine because
Okay, because I'm just discussing
it's
this.
probably more precise. Your
Okay,
copy.
so then this goes like this. The second layer, I think, is at her crotch or
Yeah.
below? Okay. And it's all underneath, right? It's under.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you could do this to show that it goes underneath, okay? And I think these would be gathered in, and what fabric is this?
It's I think it's like a chiffon. Each layer is a different color, so
I think it would have to be a georgette or not tulle. What's the fabric between a georgette and a tulle and a chiffon? Organdy.
sure.
Organdy. I think organdy would be good. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw this with a brush stroke. I'm changing the color a little. So this is her knee. I think the last one should be here. And these go underneath. And now, do you see how this is going under and this is going like that? See how I'm drawing it going under? So that I get a feeling that it's in layers. It's a lot for you to think about. Okay, so then here is your leg, right? What kind of shoes?
High heels.
Or is it open and strapped?
Maybe mules. Only the front strap.
Well, I'm giving her like
Okay.
very open shoes. And maybe a very high heel, maybe a strap here. So she's got a very bare leg, okay? There. Now you're dealing with empire, right? You're dealing with empire. Do you see how I drew it coming out more on this side, right? What do you want to do with the other arm? You can have it disappear. I would have it disappear. I would just drop it. You don't need to see it, right?
Right.
A lot of attitude with that eyebrow. Bangs. Time is it? Okay. We're going to do her mouth as a shape made out of it. There. Now, let's put some bracelets on her. Lots of them. How's that?
Makes her look expensive.
She's very rich. Do you want a bear? Do you want jewelry?
Yeah, let's give her some jewelry. Like a big heart or something. No?
I'd rather, no, because I think because she's so much here, she should be bare here.
Yeah.
Let's go with shoulder. Is this transparent?
Yeah, there's in the layers there's transparency.
There it is, right? I'm just going to use that. Okay, so let's just put in a layer first, the first layer. And this will do it with a lot of water. Okay? let it dry. Okay. Now, do you see how she's looking more alluring than her? Right? I don't expect you to get this immediately. Now here is directional. I'm doing my brush strokes with very little water, and I'm having them go down. There. Clean water, dirty water. Maybe a little red in here. Gonna make this yellow. What gets a little difficult, kids, is it's kind of hard to mix watercolor and gouache together, even though they're both water-based. It somehow doesn't want to mix. Nice. Do you see how the maple yellow makes the flesh color less pink? And then we'll add a little bit of blue. Ooh, that's too much. I guess what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this as the shadow. And there's a shadow on her you-know-what. And we'll make this a shadow. And then we can always draw back onto it, and there's be a shadow here. And we'll make this whole leg in shadow, so I'm adding a little cool color to it. Now, this is very time-consuming, and I'm going to add a little white to the flesh. There. The Parsons students have sometimes 9 to 10 finishes every week or two that's painted like that. That's a lot of work. They're just ridiculous. There, I'm adding some white. So then there's this leg. I'm drawing kind of quickly. Now I can also make it very watercolory. So there's a lot of water on it. So it's almost transparent. I guess, Danny, this is for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe these should be transparent, the jewelry. Now your finish wouldn't have the guidelines on it, you know that I'm doing this very quickly. Maybe a little bit of, you don't hand it in like this. Shadow here, where it goes underneath. There. Do you see there's a little shadow of the garment over there? Then I think what I would do with the brush strokes is the inside of all of this would be in a darker color. And I might get darker as I get to the side, and lighter as I get in here. So maybe this could get almost like a shape. I'm building it up from underneath. The thing that's nice about Prismacolor is it goes over wet, where graphite does not. And if you get a water-soluble pencil, it goes right on top of wet. Let's do a geometric here. Let's put a lot of eye makeup here. And then you keep going over as it dries to dark, and then just put paint on top of paint on top of paint. So you're starting to get value. I should have pushed it again. Boom, boom, boom. Does someone have a black marker? Just a black, I need a black. I also have one.